Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu welcoming the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Alfonso Brown, to the Lagos House Marina alongside members of his cabinet. The governor with his wife Ibijoke played host to the Prime Minister, who had his wife Maria, the chairman APs Allen Oyema, Nigeria's ex-international Segun Odegbami, and other members on his team. Alfonso Brown says his country is looking to strengthen relationship with Nigeria, especially Lagos, as the country has significant resources that is capable of being a developed country in the next decade or two, rather than the current developing tug on the country.
There's nothing different about us. We have different accents because of the geography of our birth, but fundamentally we're one and the same. You can count on our support in all fora, because as far as we're concerned, the Caribbean and Africa must unite, must work together in order to achieve their objectives and to make sure that we bring resilient prosperity to our people. As I said before, we have the intellectual capacity, we have the resources, and there's no reason why our countries should be developing countries. I believe with that type of collaboration and cooperation, that certainly Africa will be a fundamentally different place.
There's a second scramble going on for Africa. The West, the Asians, everybody wants a piece of Africa. Why must we not have Africa for ourselves also, while at the same time accommodating others? The people of the Caribbean are not others. They are part of us. So they should key into this green virgin land called Africa. Now, they should be one of the first to be there before others come to ravage us. Let us come together and see what we can do for ourselves together.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says it is a great homecoming for the Caribbean Prime Minister, assuring him that Lagos is open for more collaborations and investments, while latching on the common factors of the two regions, including culture, tourism, investments, and more. The governor says it's high time Nigerians change the narrative and begin to tell the Nigerian story in a way and manner the world will listen.
It's not just to say, let us begin to see the action. You know, the activity and the commercial engagement that needs to happen. And we can start even with areas of, culture and tourism, and art and entertainment, because we breed a lot of things in common. We can very quickly begin to ship, between the two regions, all of the things that are common to us. Nigeria cannot sit back and just be a developing country. We have to take that narrative up. If China can do it, if India can do it, Nigeria can do it, right? And it's time that we're not just a sleeping giant. We need to be able to take charge.
Governor Sanwo-Olu showcased the hospitality of Lagos to the visitors by presenting the Lagos memorabilia to Prime Minister Alfonso Brown, while Dr. Sanwo-Olu presented the Nigerian fabric Ashoke to his wife Maria Brown, who is also the Minister of Housing and Lands in Antigua and Barbuda.
Giving a breakdown of some of the initiatives, programs, policies and achievements of the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led administration in the agriculture sector in the last 1 year, Commissioner for Agriculture Abisola Olusanya says the Lagos State 5-year agricultural roadmap and food security systems policy, in collaboration with the private sector, has yielded a lot of results, including the logistics hub in Ekpe, middle-level food hub in Idioro, and the Lagos rice mill in Imota.
Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu has taken it upon himself as a pioneer in a lot of things to also ensure that Lagos becomes an organized food destination, which is why we broke ground back in 2022 for the logistics hub at Ekpe. In the last 1 year, there has been massive progress around that, and the plan is that by December of this year, we should be commissioning the first phase of this food hub. The food hub is supposed to serve as a fulcrum, as an area where aggregation, packaging, standardization, exporting even, that is if we even get to the export level and everything that we have there is not taken locally.
Mr. Governor had been very supportive of us to start off a signing of a memorandum of understanding with the Niger State Governor, in which we lashed on We had subsequently gone to have a partnership with Niger Foods, with the special food zone of the AFDB of Niger State, with the Niger State Mechanization and Land Development Authority. And all this is in the vein of having sustainability in the production of paddy.
To boost youth participation in agriculture, the Commissioner says the Lagos State Government is through the Lagos Agri-Innovation Club, Lagos Agri-Scholars Program, and Lagos Agripreneur Program has trained about 51,000 women and youths.
Under the Lagos Agripreneurship Program LAP, this is where we have graduates, undergraduates coming for a training program and then subsequently to an internship program. And with the hope that wherever they intern, they can be absorbed as staff, or they can actually go on forward to establish their own farms when we choose to give them some empowerment or some grants, which is where we now have the Value Chains Enterprise Activation Program.
She also highlights some of the programs in the Eco Cares initiative, which was recently launched by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and domiciled in the ministry to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal on the vulnerable.
We are talking about 435,000 families to be supported. And then the third level was the Mama Puts initiative, or the free meal initiative. We haven't kicked off with that yet, but like I said, these three levels is to cater to different people in society. So we've done the first one, which is the Sunday discount market. We have kicked off, but we will be pushing the distribution forward in this coming weeks.
Other achievements in the year under review include the Lagos Trader Money Initiative to support about 15,000 traders, empowering and supporting farmers under the Appeals Project, and provision of new tractors to reduce drudgery in farm operations. Omomi Okewo, LTV News.
In Nigeria, youths constitute about 70% of the population, which is over 218.5 million people. This is why the Lagos State government is leaving no stone unturned in ensuring that various initiatives are created to reduce unemployment in the state. At this annual ministerial briefing, the Commissioner, Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, Akinyemi Ajigbotafe, says a state cash transfer unit has been implemented in all the 20 local government and 35 local council development areas in the state.
The Employment Department embarked on various initiatives which reduce unemployment by bridging the gap between the job seekers and employers. These initiatives also empowered individuals with the necessary skills to succeed in their careers and contribute to the overall economic development of the state. The Employment Department successfully conducted employability skills training in collaboration with government with the aim to equip job seekers with the necessary skills and knowledge to enhance their employability in the competitive job market.
Other achievements over the last 1 year recorded includes organizing a 5-week entrepreneurial and skills acquisition program for people living with disabilities, training 10,000 female entrepreneurs within 24 months, tackling challenges against the growth and development of nano, micro, small and medium-scale businesses, and the training of 180 unemployed youth on employability soft skills in 4 selected LGAs and LCDAs.
The Empower Lagos is something that will be sustainable, that will keep people over the years. Now, not the one who train you and people just fizzle in the air. We want to hold you hand in hand to make sure you are successful in whatever field or business you find yourself. So for the post-NYSC, what it's all about is after university, after your NYSC, we invite to engage you for, some of them want to go for a white-collar job. And some people are in school, they went to school to study engineering, and that's not what they really want to do. For the 5,000 artisans, we're going to train them from business relations, financial management, money savings, and, in fact, some of them, they pick a phone where they talk to customers, they're so rude. So from the phone etiquette, we're going to make sure that their reasoning is different. So if you're an artisan, you must put your customer first. When we train you to train another 10. When we train you to make sure you're successful, we're not going to leave you. There's going to be a counselor that will guide you through that process from your coming to class, from that training, and at the same time, when we give you fund, it will teach you how to save fund. You know, so you pay yourself a salary for what you're making. So there's no need for you to default. So we're going to guide you hand in hand to make sure you're successful. And you have a bond with us that, yes, that you're going to train another 10.
Ajigbot Affairs says the Sanwo-Olu's administration will not stop at delivering quality and affordable services to citizens.
The second term of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration has been eventful and productive in the environment sector, with the state government unrelenting in ensuring Lagos is clean, healthy and livable for residents. Speaking on the achievements recorded by the state government in the environment sector at the 2024 Ministerial Press Briefing, Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, says the state government has intensified efforts to construct new drainage channels while maintaining the existing ones.
Presently, over 200 kilometers of secondary collector drains and 50 kilometers of primary channels and concrete lining of drainage channels has been achieved. For the drainage maintenance, a total of 34 numbers primary channel totaling approximately 150 kilometer lengths were approved and executed under the maintenance dredging of primary channel program, spanning all the original 20 local government areas and effectively draining several catchment areas simultaneously.
The Commissioner says the environmental challenges at the Olushosu dump site will soon be a thing of the past.
We shall decommission Olushosu within the next 24 months, and we are doing the work already. You see, in the Lagos Megacity Master Plan, the plan was to have taken Olushosu out of this place for years, and then you see the beauty that will turn Olushosu into afterwards.
In the year under review, over 900 kilograms of styrofoam food containers were confiscated, 1,081 environmental offenders arrested, with 1,016 prosecuted.
In a renewed step to ensure safety of lives of residents, at the last count, a total of 1,032 persons were arrested for crossing the highways and failure to use the pedestrian bridges. 165 miscreants and squatters on the pedestrian bridges across the state were also dislodged, and the bridges cleaned up just about 24 hours ago. The operatives of CAI carried out an operations that unearthed a major illegal housing settlement constructed under the Dolphin Bridge in Ikoyi, an unbelievable 80 number of rooms, partitioned 10 by 10 and 10 by 12 containers used for different illegal activities were also discovered. All the structures have been dismantled, and a total of 26 miscreants who lived under the same bridge were arrested, while efforts are intensified to arrest the ringleader.
Other achievements highlighted by the Commissioner include the signing of MOU with Jospong Group Ghana on solid and liquid waste treatment solutions, the replacement of dilapidated street directional signs across the state, award of contracts for restoration of right-of-way on 6 natural channels, and landscaping, as well as beautification of sites previously characterized by nefarious activities. Bukola Taylor Cole, LTV News.
In the education sector.
Governor Sanwo-Olu's vision of creating a smart city with a functional multimodal transportation system birthed a technology-driven, safe and efficient water transportation model. This is aimed at providing a viable alternative to the heavily congested road transportation system, which results in significant losses of man-hours. According to the Commissioner for Waterfront Infrastructure and Development, Yakub Alebioshu, the ongoing additional 13 new jetties construction to the existing 7 and other government initiatives will optimize the socio-economic potential of the state.
To complement existing jetties and create more avenues for waterfront water transportation, construction of 13 new jetties are currently ongoing. while some are at advanced stages of completion. This is in addition to the 7 jetties and terminals commissioned and handed over to LASWA for management as at last year. To enhance water transportation and complement the existing ferry routes, the ministry during the period under review embarked on the channelization of 6.8 kilometers from Ikorodu to Mende.
As part of his submission at the ongoing ministerial briefing, Alebioshi also highlights government's efforts on surveillance and monitoring of illegal activities on waterfronts, which include illegal dredging, land reclamation, and other activities on the waterways.
During the period under review, the ministry has embarked on surveillance, monitoring and enforcement of the Lagos State waterfront. Illegal reclamation works, shoreline extensions, unsafe and non-conforming developments were sanctioned during the period under review, while stop work orders were issued with 6 arrests made and perpetrators handed over for prosecution according to the extant laws.
The commissioner further announced plans to introduce 25 new ferries to the state's inland waterways, which is aimed at enhancing water transportation and making it a more attractive option for Lagos residents.
Arriving Lagos House Marina, the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, and the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, were welcomed by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his wife, and members of the State Executive Council. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan, who arrived with the Chief of Defence Staff, Christopher Musa, and his wife, promptly went into a closed-door meeting with Governor Sanwo-Olu after the formal introductions. Governor Sanwo-Olu thanked the couple for their humanitarian services through the Invictus Games for serving wounded soldiers and veterans. Issues surrounding their mental wellness and awareness are the focal point of their foundation.
We're indeed happy for what they are doing, especially for our military men, on the conversations around mental issues, mental health issues, mental illness, and how they can galvanize their various NGOs at ensuring that people that require those supports, both in military and in private, can seek those support. And more importantly, the Invictus Game that Prince Harry is known for, at what point can we have it in Nigeria, so that, the true Nigerian, competitiveness can also be reflective, in that game.
The governor therefore extended an open invitation to the couple after Prince Harry opened up on how exciting his trip to different parts of Nigeria played out.
And part of the things that we're hoping that he will also take away is to see the diversity, and the extent, of how big our country is and how we continue to ensure that we live, together in peace and harmony, and how Lagos, what role Lagos plays in that whole conversation. And we've extended additional invitation to them that they can always come back, when they want to, also knowing fully well that Meghan has, a decent percentage of Nigerian in her. All right, and we've said, we've sort of like agreed that maybe that percentage should stay in Yoruba land. I don't know, right? But it's okay. And you can see she's been well attired, and her yellow actually blends so very, very, very well today. But we're indeed happy for what they are doing.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan, are in Nigeria for the promotion of the Invictus Games, the sporting event founded for wounded military veterans. Nigeria joined the Invictus Community of Nations in 2022 and became the first African country to join the Invictus movement. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa led members of his entourage to Lagos House Marina, where he paid Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu a courtesy visit and to thank him for the successful hosting of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, in Lagos. General Musa commended Governor Sanwo-Olu for helping to sustain the standard Lagos is known for in all spheres, especially his commitment to supporting the armed forces. He assured him that the armed forces of Nigeria remains professional and committed to the Nigerian project. Hence, Nigerians should endeavor to take ownership, whilst it reprimands those who bring the army to disrepute immediately.
Lagos must be secured, and you are doing that very, very well. I want to say a very big thank you. Both members of the armed forces and the other security agencies, everybody, because we interact with them daily to see what are the situations on ground, and it's been very, very positive. We recruit from the public, from the communities, and so the good, the bad, and the ugly somehow get in. But the system has a way of tracking them out and dealing with their situations. I will continue to do that.
Commending the Chief of Defense Staff for exemplifying professionalism and leadership in tackling the nation's insecurity challenges, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu gave kudos to the Nigerian Army, calling for more collaborations that will create constant economic benefits for the people in a livable nation. The governor, however, appealed for more slots for Lagos indigenes in the ongoing army recruitment exercise, urging youth to take advantage of the opportunity to serve their fatherland, with a promise to continuously support the army for effective operations.
We understand that we're in government to serve the people. We're in government to ensure that life becomes a lot more meaningful. You know, life becomes in a lot more, like what we say, it should be the greatest good for the greatest number. Let us use governance, as a tool for development that is centrally driven by people's interest, and I think that vision sits very well with what you have also said. You've had an armed forces that is also, people-centric. So you could see the commonality of our leadership is to serve our people, is to ensure that we're in position of leadership to render those services to our people.
General Musa also solicited the support of the state government towards the construction of the Invictus Games Center for the mental health of army officers, as over 1,000 officers are presently injured and in various hospitals across the country. Dai Hagen is the chairman of the Chinese Railway Construction Company, CRCC, the parent company of the CCEC, the construction company in charge of a number of roads and rail projects in the state, including the Red and Blue Lines in Lagos. Alongside his team, they are here at the Lagos House Ikeja to seek more opportunities and collaborations for future economic growth. Hagen, who spoke and listened through an interpreter, thanked the governor for the trust he has in his team to deliver great projects, noting that they can do more as they are vested in boosting the socio-economic development of the state.
We would also like to contribute more and take advantage of our comprehensive capability from investment to construction and management.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu gave kudos to the company and its subsidiaries, tagging them as a reliable and dependable partner in the infrastructural development of the state. He said there are other opportunities in Nigeria's commercial net center waiting to be tapped, as Lagos is open to forward-looking collaborations that will aid socio-economic growth.
There's still a lot of opportunity in our state. There's still a lot of, investment opportunity, business opportunity in our state. So we want to ask you to look at those new areas in energy, in environment, like you've said, renewable energies in environment, and in other growth areas that we believe in your group you can look at, and not just limit it to construction, which is where CCCC has earned its bill.
The governor extended gifts showcasing Lagos's pride to the guests, whilst the gesture was reciprocated.
remember the days of 49 sitting. 99 standing. I remember the days of our suffering. Suffering and smiling. I was telling that day, oh, here they don't go. Like right don't go. Like very same day. Now we go be Lagosians. We know they fear us. We are resilient. We know they got it lost. Now we go be Lagosians. We know they fear us. We are resilient. My fall. A greater Lagos is rising. Something is changing. I can say it's easy. Can't deny. A greater Lagos is rising.